Hey, good technically morning, ladies and gentlemen, as it is only 11:58 here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, but we are geared up for an afternoon of exciting playoff Do It Big League of Legends action. So we are officially now into the playoffs. Our first quarterfinals will be between Hapuuma Matata and Double Jungle Gap, a matchup of the fourth and fifth seeds here. I'm gonna check in with both teams shortly, and then we're gonna set the table for the final battle of the Zoomers. As always, I will be joined by my erstwhile co-caster today, Pizza. Good morning.
Good
How are you
morning.
doing?
Not too bad. A little bit tired, but should get woken up by this hopefully exciting League of Legends to come.
All right. Sounds good. Are you online? I don't see you yet.
I'm hopping on. Give me a second.
Let's get it. All right, while you do that, I'm going to check in with both teams, and then we're going to get this show on the road.
So fucking sleepy.
If you have
Hello.
Hey, Roger.
How's it going?
What's up, sleepyhead?
What do you mean? I've been wide awake for the better part of 15 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, it's the same as never mind.
Okay. So real quick, just a overview. You guys are on red side this game. Loser will pick sides after that. We're only gonna do an interview after before the first game, and then we won't do an interview until after this series is over. So there'll be like 15 or not 15, 5 minutes of downtime in between games. And then we'll go into the next game. Okay.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
All right. Gonna check in with Hapuuma Matata.
Yeah.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hi. Hello.
How's it
Hello.
going? Good morning. I can't believe you guys made me wake up so early
You were
to
up till
cast League
5
of
last
Legends.
night. I saw that.
How's Justice League?
Don't out me, dude.
I
But
was just,
okay.
I like woke up middle of night, looked at the chat. I just see Roger and everyone else in the chat. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey. Anyways, you guys all ready to go then, I assume?
Yep.
Okay, just quick
Guys
overview of the
ready?
rules. You guys are blue side. After that, losers will pick sides. So, depending on how many games there go. There will only be a pre-game interview for this game. After that, you guys have 5 minutes in between games.
Okay.
And then we'll do an interview after the whole thing is over, depending on who comes out on top. Is that everything? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right.
Right.
We need the show on the road really soon. Okay. Is Chungus coming?
I'll
Hopefully.
message him. He's in the
He's in the
spec.
spectator, yeah. All right. So let's quickly talk about this this matchup here, Pizza. So between Hapuuma Matata and Double Jungle Gap, Hapuuma Matata had a relatively good season, ended up with an 8-6 record, but their one weakness was definitely to Double Jungle Gap. Double Jungle Gap owns the tiebreaker convincingly over them, beating them twice in the double round robin. So we know the heights that Hapuuma Matata are capable of. Beat the number one team in the league twice, but they're also very capable of losing to quote unquote lesser teams. Double Jungle Gap with the 6-8 record, two of those wins being Hapuuma Matata. Meanwhile,
Kind of.
sorry, go ahead.
Sort of kind of the CLG of the league.
Yes.
But yeah, go on.
Truly camera logic. Meanwhile, for Double Jungle Gap, a bit of a topsy-turvy season. Have unfortunately had to go through 2 roster swaps, but Captain XX, Pelvis Pablo XX, and company have weathered the storm admirably. Seem to have a lot of positive mentals coming into the playoffs, as a lot of new wrinkles as well that they've been experimenting with lately. So I'm really excited to see what kind of strategies they decide to employ here. Pizza, what are you looking forward to most from these 2 teams?
Let's see. Well, this is the battle, the final battle of the Zoomers. I just want to see some hype action, some Chinese super server League of Legends today.
True super
Yeah.
server. All right. Well, with that, we're going to hear from both of the captains, and then we're going to get this show on the road. So, give me one moment. Okay, so we will be joined on the pre-interview desk here by the pair of Zoomer captains, as well as Niku Toilet, accompanying his captain on the side of Hapuuma Matata. So
Where's Ryan?
Huh?
Where is Ryan?
Where is Ryan?
You want Ryan to show up?
Yeah.
Probably no chill, man.
God, okay. Let me grab him.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. Welcome back.
Is he coming?
I repeat, he said no. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yes,
He's so scared. What can I say?
We didn't have a top diff this game. Yes.
Before we get into the trash talk, gentlemen, let's take a quick stock of your team's respective seasons. So, Hapoom, for your team, Hapuuma Matata, talk me through what it's been like working with your team over the past 10 weeks as you guys gear up for the playoff race, the real playoff race.
Was fun.
Was fun.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. I would like to pose the same question to you, Calvin. You guys have had a rocky season, but seem to be in clear waters now. How's it been captaining this gang of misfits and brain cells?
It's been a great experience, and I would never trade it for anything else. There have been some ups and downs, but in the end, we still made it over here in one piece. We're here to win.
Indeed. All right. Maybe some ship of Theseus questions, huh? If you slowly repair the ship with new pieces, at the end of the day, is it still the same ship? But as it stands, you are here after a couple of roster swaps, but ever the stable captain now in the jungle. Okay, now let's get into the fun stuff. So, as we build it, ladies and gentlemen, this is the battle of the Zoomers. This is also a battle of good, maybe best friends, but it's no longer going to be anything but mortal enemies here, as Calvin goes head to head with Hapoom. Talk us through how long you guys have known each other, Hapoom, and what's at stake in this series.
Calvin, why don't you start? Because I don't know where we start this.
Alright, I remember seeing this kid in 6th fucking grade PE class. Motherfucker looked awkward as hell, walking around like he didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Because I didn't. It was like second year here or first year actually.
True. Man, just like looked out of context over here. But then found out that he's a little weeb. Likes his rom-com animes, and is a little degenerate that plays League all the way until 8 a.m. and when the new season starts.
Yeah.
And
I'm
from
sure he
there,
was
it was
just
just the
looking
start of. Yeah, sorry, it's just looking confused.
I'm sure he was just looking confused because in PE class he can't. There's no keyboard and mouse. He can't control it.
I know. I know.
No.
Back in Korea, our PE was just hopping onto the Rift. Teach you teamwork and all that. But wow, what a start of a beautiful, beautiful relationship. So, what's at stake here then between the pair of you? If you guys want to make a friendly wager here on the interview desk. Maybe whoever wins has to like buy a Crunchyroll account for the other guy or something.
Oh,
I don't know. You guys are weebs. That's all I know.
you want to put anything up, Haboom?
I
What is
I have
Zoomer's
no
wager
idea.
these days?
I
Uh,
Mm,
you have to come hang out with us on next Friday or something like that, and not ignore my
Okay.
text.
All right.
Okay.
The
Okay.
stakes
All right.
are high.
Indeed. Okay. Nep, you're also here. I thought it was just going to be an interview of the two captains, but as it stands, we'll throw you a bone as well. So the question for you is, why are you here, Nep?
True.
Haboom told me to come, and I thought Ryan was coming. Got to back up my captain
So you're
because
his second. It's like a duel.
yeah.
Gotcha. So what would you have said to Ryan hypothetically if he was here?
Uh, top diff. That's
What?
it.
What?
Top
Bot
diff.
diff? Top
Top
diff.
diff.
Gotcha.
Top.
Okay. Well, any last words, gentlemen, before we get ready to load into pick and ban for game one?
Just let us win the first game, please.
We're gonna have after winning first
We,
game.
we, we gotta win at least one game against you, then we can just
Well, I'm gonna say it's
feel
been a
good.
long road, and one of the two teams is coming down. All right, whether it be my team or your team, I think that we had a great run. I think that it was a lot of fun. Good luck, have fun. I
Yeah.
hope you guys the best.
Good luck. Have fun. I'm sad because I don't get to BM since Ryan's not here, but yeah.
All right.
Sure, you can do plenty of that in game.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. I'm
you got
saving it. I'm
true.
saving
All
it.
right. Be a good sportsman, kiddos. Okay, but with that, then I'll let you guys go back to your teams, and we're gonna get ready for the quarterfinals of the Do It Big Invitationals. Gonna be spicy. Let's go.
Wait, are both the teams ready?
We'll see here.
Or
I'll
are we
just
just
say,
waiting?
start when ready. Okay.
So who are your eyes on this game, Roger?
It has to be in the top lane. Both Hapoom and Daddy No Chill. Exciting top laners who also have a bit of an ego as well, I think. So gonna be looking to duke it out. They've had I want to say it's a friendly rivalry. I hope it's just that over the course of the season, and I think they hear us as well as they start with a pair of top lane bans in both the Garen and the Aurelia. Daddy No Chill has played Garen, I think, both times in Double Jungle Gap's wins over Hapuuma Matata. And Hapoom is going to not be allowed to play neither Aurelia nor Akali either.
So this is interesting. Not a single jungle ban against Palvis Pablo. So historically, I think we've seen at least one or two jungle bans in the first phase, but it seems like they're just handshaking this one, picking up the Hecarim.
Okay. And so, as you mentioned, Pizza, yeah, both of these junglers are big fans of the two power champions, I think, in the jungle thus far in this early season. The two being Hecarim and Udyr. Hapuuma Matata here with the first pick. Going to get into a handshake scenario here. Going to take away the Hecarim for Magnus Crow We'll see here if XX Pelvis Pablo, yep, there it is, gonna handshake the Udyr. So we'll have to keep an eye on this early jungle matchup as both junglers here get their preferred champions. It's also going to be a Leona picked here for the hands of the Northwest. Going to be countered now by Nautilus coming out. Should be played by Ollie in the bot lane. So another pair of power supports, I want to say, power engaged supports for both of these players. And we're going to see that Kaisa locked in now for Celery man. Should be an explosive bot lane depending on the lock in here for double jungle gap.
For sure, yeah. This spot lane pickup for Hapuuma Matata definitely just signals they want to go all in.
Okay, so and now we are going to get the Misfortune locked in. It should be played by Miyizi, aka Gloria, aka one half of the one brain cell that Double Jungle Gap has in the bot lane. That is not a diss, ladies and gentlemen. That is just merely what they call themselves. Going to be mirrored pick and ban strategies coming out from both teams here. Both solo lanes still up for either team, so we're going to see here exactly what the bans are going to be. Victor going to be taken away from the hands of Niku Toilet. And now we're going to see if there are more top lane or mid lane bans here thrown at the pair of Arena Thunder and Daddy No Chill. So we are going to get the Nivea taken away from Arena Thunder and Silas. Now I'm going to be taken away from Hapuuma. I'm going to position my mic a little bit closer and I will tone Pizza down by like 5%. We'll see if that ends up working out. Kevin, let me know how the sound balance is.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing.
Hello.
Testing.
Looking, fighting.
Okay,
How
the
does it sound?
Morgana can be taken away here. Some options that are still up here. Twisted Fate for Arena Thunder. We've seen her play Nico. We've seen her play Brand. We've seen her play Annie. Let's see what they decide to go with here. Would not be surprised to see them leave the top lane for last. And there it is. Annie will be the lock-in here for Simone. Let's see now what the counter punches are going to be from Hapuuma Matata.
I can just turn myself down and
That's okay, I
Discord
got it.
like another 20%.
I got it. Okay. Try now. It's weird because it's not on
Hello?
it's fine on mine. So
Interesting.
yeah, like I don't hear you anything out of the ordinary. Ooh.
Mm.
Okay, we're gonna get a LeBlanc locked in here. Should be played by Nep in the mid lane. I do not believe we've seen Nep on this champion in the tournament, but I have had the pleasure of playing with him on this pick. It can definitely pop off on the assassin. And now we're gonna get the faded lock in here. Ooh, for the top level. Well, it was almost exciting, and then it was Malphite. And it's going to mean here that Daddy No Chill is going to hover the Mordekaiser. Damn, I would have really liked to see Kled coming out from Hapuuma. I think that's a really, really fun and spicy pick. But as it stands, looks like Mordekaiser going to be the pickup here for Daddy No Chill. Hapuuma here will put himself on Malphite duty. And with that, the compositions are locked in, ladies and gentlemen, which will mean that we get our first big predictions of the playoffs in just a moment. Let me type things out. Alright, here we go. So, as you guys already know the drill, put down your channel points. Bet on who you think will come out on top here in game one. Remember, this is a best of 3. So, whoever loses here still very much has a chance to come all the way back. We'll get 3 potential predictions here to really explode your portfolio into life. All right, Pizza. Looking at these two team compositions, um, who's whose comp stands out to you as the stronger comp in the early game?
In the early game, let's see. Well, in the mid lane at least, I think Annie should be able to go even.
Mm.
Bot lane, pre-6 also I think pretty stable. Misfortune I think does have like a bit of the range advantage there.
Mm-hmm.
So they might get pushed in jungle matchup. I think you'd be better able to speak to this. But I think fairly even in clear speed, no?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah,
Uh,
clear speed is even. Udyr has the potential to definitely get in there and mix things up. Heckham generally wants to stay on his side of the map in power clear. We're gonna have to keep an eye out on whether they path away from each other or towards one another. If I'm the Hecarim in this side of the matchup, I play the path away from Udyr, because meeting him in the river early on is almost always a death sentence.
sure. In top lane, I don't think Malphite is really going to look to fight Mordekaiser at all. Just maybe
Mm-hmm.
throw Qs with corrupting potion running.
Yeah, exciting linear Malphite gameplay,
Oh yeah.
indeed. All right.
Um, the mid game should be really interesting though, because like Hapuuma and Matata have all these engaged or like press R tools to just access the back line of double jungle gap, and I think it's quite hard for double jungle gap to lock down the DPS members of Hapuuma Matata. Like LeBlanc is very slippery when
Mm-hmm.
played correctly,
Yep.
and gonna
Yeah,
have to.
Kaisa with the killer instinct gonna be hard to lock down as well. A lot of dive potential here coming from Hapuuma Matata's composition. There is a decent amount of more or less guaranteed lockdown, excuse me, coming in though from Leona, Annie, Udyr, even Mordekaiser here with the Death Realm. It'll be interesting to see who he tries to Death Realm in a team fight scenario. If he can land that Death Realm crucially on Malphite before the team fight starts, then all of a sudden it's going to be one huge AoE team fight ultimate that it will not be available on the side of Hapuuma Matata. So we'll see here if Mordekaiser tries to take out one of these AoE CCs, or if instead Mordekaiser elects to maybe split push and try to keep one of the team members away and force 4v4s across the map.
That's true.
Okay, so with the spectator delay ticking down now to its final seconds, Pizza, who do you got in this game?
This is really difficult. I think I might give the edge slightly to Hapuuma Matata. Just I think an overall easier comp to execute.
Mm-hmm.
I think in order for double jungle gaps comp to work, they're gonna need to get some good vision control before fights erupt.
Mm-hmm.
Annie really excels at just sitting in fog of war and
Mm-hmm.
then dropping her whole load on a carry before fights, but otherwise it might be kind of difficult to execute.
So yeah, I think you mentioned here keeping on Annie. I think this is going to be the wild card here for double jungle gap. I definitely agree. Annie, as a champion, has a lot of that explosive potential when she can utilize flash properly. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are loaded in now to the game between Hapuuma Matata and Double Jungle Gap. Hapuuma Matata as the fourth seed electing to go blue side in game one here. After game one, the loser of the match will get side selection. Um, and we will be playing a best of three.
So maybe an early invade here, perhaps just stacking in the bush by double jungle gap.
Mm-hmm.
See if they choose to push any further. But definitely just staying in this bush. They don't get too much information here.
Yep. Meanwhile, for Hapuuma Matata, gonna be a pretty standard 5-point here, but LeBlanc here can have the privilege of dropping a very, very early ward onto the Raptor pit, courtesy of the LeBlanc Blink. So good early vision now for Hapuuma Matata. As we mentioned earlier, Pizza, this Hecarim really wants to be pathing away from Udyr in the early game.
Yes, a good early word by Niku Toilet there onto the Raptors of Pelvis Pablo. We've seen this one a lot, and just gives a lot of early information regarding the first clear.
Yep. All right, let's keep an eye out now out in the mid lane. Again, a matchup of LeBlanc versus Annie. I don't know anything necessarily about mid lane matchups, but I do know that Nep has been dying to try out this pick, and should be a very, very kill heavy lane as well. Both laners here taking Ignite. So we'll see here if Udyr decides to poke his head in early, or if Hecarim can maybe, really break the mold here with an early gank as well.
Yes, interesting. A very early consumption of a health potion by Arena Thunder already, so she's already down to 1. Is against the corrupting potion LeBlanc, who's also running biscuits.
Yep.
Might just get out-sustained here.
Yeah, we're seeing that already. So much damage coming out from Niku Toilet, courtesy of the Sigil proc, the QW combo, tried and true. Gonna mean that mid lane has the early HP advantage. Will be offset somewhat here by the clear speed differentials of the jungles, as Udyr is already on Krugs. Pelvis Pablo has really been practicing this clear. Gonna be out of the jungle here at 3 minutes. Meanwhile, Hecarim a little bit behind the pace here on the horse. He's still on his red buff. So again, we're seeing here the early jungle matchup. Hold on, going to be a potential solo kill in the mid lane. Annie going very, very low. Should be one more auto attack. Ignite will not be enough to do it. But as it stands, Niku Toilet here winning out early in the mid lane up against Arena Thunder. Now, though, needs to be careful because there is a Udyr who has now freshly... Oh, going to be a flash in. One more QE. Going to be enough. Solo kill for Niku Toilet. Going to also be an execute against Niku Toilet as well. Going down before Udyr is able to reach him in time. Good play coming out from Nep, but going to be also offset by the good play coming out from Pelvis Pablo, who is able to double crab the Hecarim, who must have had an oopsies in his clear, coming out at 342. Definitely not something that Hecarim should be capable of, but as it stands, a really, really good play coming out for Niku Toilet in the mid lane on LeBlanc.
Yeah, that was huge. Really just not respecting the early LeBlanc damage.
No CS though in the mid lane really for either mid lane.
No.
Before we went down there, Niku Toilet was down to 10 CS. Annie, meanwhile, being zoned out there, only had 12.
Yeah, both mid laners just really focused on killing the other.
Yeah. It's going to mean here that despite First Blood, looking at this massive HP differential coming out from it's not HP, CS differential, as Udyr is already almost done with the second clear of his jungle, while Hecarim is still starting on the first of his. This Udyr just massively power leveling through the early game, going to mean that the gold lead is actually even.
Yeah, this Udyr is very accelerated with the double crab from earlier, already level 6 before his laners.
Yeah, I was able also to sneak in for some cheeky XP mid as well, but if you're double jungle gap here, you gotta utilize this Udyr tempo early on, because Udyr level 6 is not that much different of a champion compared to when he's level 5, whereas Hecarim obviously becomes a completely different champion at level 6. So if you are Pelvis Pablo, you got to figure out a way to maybe stop the LeBlanc train or get one of your other side lanes here snowballing. with the double ruby crystal here coming in from Hecarim, we also probably going to see the Udyr build on Hecarim, the move fast tank Hecarim, as opposed to the more damage oriented. Now going to be Udyr finding LeBlanc in the melee, doing so much damage. The chain's going to be able to lock up Udyr just in time, but that's 50% of Niku Toilet's HP gone as Udyr now looks to start the early Ocean Dragon. Hecarim is around, but is only crucially level 5. Will get spotted here by the deep ward in the tri-bush, and Udyr looks to challenge this potential fight. Oh, now though.
What's going on? Could be a DC as, yep, we do see that Alex has, or Celery Man has DC'd. And
Alright, the pause is going to come out here, hopefully. Looks like ready checks have been passed. Okay, let's see here. Ocean Drake is in the process of slowing down the Northwest here. It should be a Nautilus hook flashed away from by the Northwest. And now we're going to see here if Hapuuma Matata continue on to the Ocean Dragon that was so helpfully leashed for them by Double Jungle Gap. Ocean Drake will reset here for now, but looks like it will be uncontested by XX Pelvis Pablo XX. So, first dragon of the series going to go over to Magnus Crow and Hapuuma Matata. Now, though, Magnus Crow needs to be careful. There is an Udyr chasing him here. Now, going to be a hook landing in from Nod. It's going to be the devastating charge, knocks Udyr into the rest of his team, and now they're going to get absolutely evaporated by the Tibbers. Good play coming out there from Arena Thunder to roam down and cover for her jungler. Meanwhile, that was a bit of an unfortunate engage coming out from Ali. I don't really think they really wanted anything to do with that Udyr, but as it stands, now the kill lead will be leveled up here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Electrocute going to mean that Annie loses half her health. Got to keep an eye out here on Niku Toilet now. Annie, without that Tibbers, does not have an instant stun potentially for the LeBlanc.
no, and she blew both summoners there to kill Magnus Crow as well. It's definitely gonna have to play super far back and just wait for this next mid wave to push back to her. Maybe farm a bit with Tibbers, who's unfortunately passed from this world. Niku Toilet going very aggressive, dropping the ignite. The chain will land, and one auto. Is that enough to kill? Just barely. But a flash death roam coming in from Daddy No Chill. This LeBlanc has nowhere to escape. Oh, hopping over the wall. I could be wrong.
Oh, my bad. I muted myself for some reason. I was like, why are you doing the play all of a sudden, Pizza? And I was like, oh, because I'm muted. Oh my god. Okay.
I got you, family.
Thank you, buddy. What up? Oh, that's Chungus.
Okay.
What up, Chungus? Have you been watching this game?
Yeah.
What do you make of it so far?
Slow makings of a fiesta.
Makings of a
together.
fiesta. It is all coming together. Okay, so we almost saw a repeat of level 4 here. Niku Toilet on this LeBlanc, almost finding a solo kill onto Annie, but Annie just barely getting out. Meanwhile, Mordekaiser did roam into the mid lane with the Flash Death Realm.
Cheeky breaky going on as Pelvis Pablo sneaks away the Rift Herald.
But now Malphite. Ooh, Malphite looking for the Pyromaniac in the mid lane, but it's actually going to be good awareness coming out from Arena Thunder and the Double Jungle Gap in general. Tracking this Malphite roam going to mean that Arena Thunder should live to see another day. Meanwhile, this Malphite has really been getting the rough end of this matchup in the top lane as expected. Mordekaiser is a good bruiser bully against these tank picks. So out to a 20 CS lead so far in the first 9.5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Hold on, going to be an overextension here by Leona. Going to be the Hecarim is here as well. Now Onslaught Shadows over the top. Unfortunately, they're going to be trying to knock Leona into the back of the tower, but now it's going to be Nautilus overextend, trying to flash away. One more auto coming in from the Bear Man. Going to be enough to pick that one up, so Nautilus is down, but now the killer is going to be used by Celery Man to pick up the jungler in return. Good play coming in from both teams here, 1 for 1 so far. But that's going to be all she wrote as LeBlanc was making her way downtown, not able to roam early enough to impact the fight. But as it stands, going to mean that the jungler is traded for the support here. Good pickup for Celery Man as he tries to eke out an advantage over Miyizi on the Misfortune. Both AD carries there picking up the kills.
Yeah, probably a bit better for the side of Hapuuma Matata. Killing this Udyr and giving Magnus Crow a chance to catch up a bit in XP.
Ooh, okay, the Tibbers just got used there in the mid lane by Arena Thunder, trying to catch this. LeBlanc actually comes in with the distortion, but Nika Toilet able to reactivate the W just in time to dodge out from that one. Meanwhile, Pelvis Pablo going to dip his head in just to drop the Rift Herald into the mid lane. And now Andy needs to be careful because there is going to be an Ignite coming in from Niku Toilet. Where is the chains? Oh, not going to land crucially. It's going to mean that Arena Thunder lives yet again. But there will be plates claimed in here by... Hold on, now going to be in the top lane. Udyr paying a visit to Hapuum. Battle of the Zoomers is finally alive. Ooh, the Unstoppable Force going to crucially dodge out. Now Flash going to be used by Leona to try to get away. Blast Cone going to put her into the Wolf Pit, but Niku Toilet should be able to lock this one up in short order. Kaisa is here as well. There it is. Will be handed over to LeBlanc. Now 2-1. Good play coming out for Hapuuma Matata. Good support roam as well.
Yeah, just massive mid-prio this game doing wonders for Hapuuma Matata.
And now Miyizi going to walk into a Kaisa with red buff, does not have flash crucially. Going to be the chain coming in from Nep as well. And there it is, LeBlanc just getting around the map and really exerting a presence now. Both members of the double jungle gap bot lane going to go down here. Let's see if Hapuuma Matata can translate this into a mountain dragon here. Ekram is slowly making his way over. And it will be an attempt started now in short order. Udyr is in the top side of the map on his Krug, so it looks to be another uncontested dragon picked up by Hapuuma Matata. Alright, so there it is. It's going to mean that Cloud Soul will be the name of the game potentially here for Hapuuma Matata as they are up now 2 dragons to none. Are still facing a bit of a gold deficit, interestingly, courtesy again of the superior minion killing potential of Mordekaiser.
Yeah. Pretty much even though I feel like with the double dragons picked up by Hapuuma Matata.
Definitely.
Yeah, the gold tells one story, but looking at the map, I definitely see another as, double jungle gap really forced to just play back under their towers. This LeBlanc is now very scary. 3-1. Early
now going to be an Annie flashing in,
on.
interestingly, trying to turn it around onto Niku Toilet, but Niku Toilet takes the distortion back. Now we're going to be a gank at the top, or the bot lane. Everyone going to come in, try to lock it down, but it's going to be a teleport coming in from Mordecai. It's going to mean that the Nautilus is overextended. Now this teleport coming in from Malphite is going to put Malphite in a precarious position as well. Dude, you're going to go and try to lock down the Kaisa, but there is a LeBlanc walking down. Malphite going to go down in short order. There it is. Mordekaiser in the front line here doing so much work. Oh my goodness, the Udyr going to go very, very low, and the Hecarim going to be picked up here. Now LeBlanc is going to go down. It's going to be an ace here for double jungle gap in the bot lane. Good play coming out from Daddy No Chill and Udyr to lead the charge. Pelvis Pablo captaining his team to a massive team fight win. Gonna really swing the gold lead now in favor of double jungle gap.
Yeah, and we see why they picked this Mordekaiser now, just sitting on the TP as Hapuum comes in on the Malphite, and he's not even able to use his ult, really. He's just sitting in the death realm for 7 seconds and getting smacked by the mace.
Yep. I'm honestly a little bit disappointed in this Malphite pick coming out from Hapuum. It's not really his style of champion. I would really like to see him and Daddy No Chill really duke it out on a couple of potential top lane carries, but gonna mean now that Mordekaiser 2-0 and a 2 all of a sudden with the Riftmaker as well. Malphite still struggling his way towards the Sunfire Aegis, and this team fight potential in the mid game is now going to look really, really scary coming out from the side of Double Jungle Cap.
Definitely. We see some early rotations as the bot tower goes down. They decide to send Irina Thunder to the bot lane
Yep.
and move their bot lane to mid.
Yep. All right, now going to be a duel of junglers here, but Mordekaiser does have the early priority here. Going to be more than happy to contest the second Rift Herald of the game. And now Leona, though, going to potentially be found out by LeBlanc, going to try to retreat to the rest of her team. Now going to be a potential team fight breaking out here. Nala's going to try to go back in. Malphite is here as well. And here we go. Leona going very, very low. The Solar Flare going to land onto just 2. Hapuuma going to go in with the Unstoppable Force, but it is going to mean that Miss Fortune goes very, very low. Going to be a trade so far. 3 for 1 all of a sudden. Actually, as LeBlanc did go down, going to be 4 for 1 all of a sudden. So much CC coming out from Double Jungle Gap. And meanwhile, for Hapuuma Matata, just not enough damage to punch through Udyr and Mordekaiser at this stage in the game.
Yeah, both of those characters you mentioned are just massively tanky and pump out huge amounts of damage at this stage of the game. And Mordekaiser coming out just as healthy as he went in, and they will be able to pick up the Rift Herald, which should translate maybe to top tower if they decide to use it here.
Perhaps just go down. I think
Yep.
they save it. Oh, you use it.
They drop it. Just making sure to get a few extra hits on the tower before dropping Shelly, just to make sure she doesn't incur any unnecessary brain damage.
Crucially, the past 2 fights were actually 4v5s with Annie not showing up for either of them. So Annie now has about almost a 30 CS gold lead over the LeBlanc.
Yep.
Yeah. We're seeing here LeBlanc in a team fight has much harder potential to do something. Hold on. Going to be Mordekaiser up against Nautilus and Malphite in the top lane. Fight that Mordekaiser's more than happy to take. Yeah. Ollie just going to pop in, lose half her health before starting the recalls here. And all of a sudden, Hapuuma Matata look really, really out of sorts here. And with the gold lead now heavily in the favor of Double Jungle Gap, going to start to try to level up this dragon lead that has been exerted here by Hapuuma Matata.
LeBlanc looking for a steal, but is sitting on a ward.
Yeah.
Doesn't know that because hasn't picked up the sweeper yet, but as they drag it out, they do secure the dragon comfortably.
There it is. Let's put a stop here to the dragon stacking coming out. Hold on, going to be Udyr using the triple Chemting as well, trying to find a... hold on. Now the Leona going to be potentially baited here. Solar Flare going to land flush onto Niku Toilet, used as disengaged though. Let's see if Double Jungle, or if Hapuuma Matata can capitalize on the lack of the teamfight ultimate coming in from Leona. As it stands now, going to be a potential Nayram scenario, and let's see here if Hapuuma Matata decide to challenge. Looks to not just be the case just yet.
Yes, I like that's from Double Jungle Gap, just flexing the early muscles a bit and saying, you know, if you want to protect your tower, you're going to have to fight us. And the team fights this past couple times have not been going in your favor. Yeah, Cloud Soul is also really interesting in this game because of all the good team fight ultimates that are in this game. Really.
Hold on, gonna be Kai'Sa walking into Annie here. Annie gonna drop almost the entire load. Did not elect to use Ignite there though. Crucially, I think that was the difference between a kill. Now though, Nautilus gonna be trying to lumber away from Udyr. Gonna be locked up here in short order. Udyr flashing in to pick up the support kill, and that will now mean that the gold lead is up to 7,000 for Double Jungle Gap.
And Daddy No Chill just continuing to pressure this top side, now 2 levels up.
And Malphite needs to be careful. I think they're trying to bait for the LeBlanc to come in, and there it is. But LeBlanc, even with the double distortion, going to be not doing enough just yet. There is a couple more autos. One more. All right, going to be the flash used by Niku Toilet to secure that one. So good bait coming in from Hapuuma to really start putting a stop to this Mordekaiser train. Shutdown handed over to LeBlanc as well, who already has the Luden's is it Tempest or is it just yes, Luden's Tempest now in the inventory. Now picks up a Verdant Barrier as well, so not as bursty, but gonna try to stand up to the damage potential of Mordekaiser and Annie as she tries to assassinate the backline of Double Jungle Gap.
Yeah, Banshees is actually a huge item in this game. Uh, not very many ways for double jungle gap to proc those early in fights,
Mm-hmm.
and will mean that they have to burn an additional CD just to try to peel this LeBlanc. So she's just going to be so much or that much more slippery in team fights.
Yeah. But as it stands here, Udyr now with a 3-level lead over Magnus Crow on the Hecarim. This Udyr has been an absolute menace as well. Well on his way to a force of nature, going to be zipping around the map. And we're going to see here if there's going to be any sort of lockdown coming in from Hapuuma Matata. Kaiser here, I think, has to be the one to really slowly but surely stop the Hobo Bear Man in his tracks, but at this stage in the game, hasn't even finished the second item yet. So
Yeah, I like the Leandri's pickup with the changes. She's going to be doing a lot more damage to the beefy front line of Matata.
hmm
Yep. I think the early upfront pen from that item, as we mentioned, now will be good against just the carries as well. Don't have to stack that up anymore.
Alright,
Oh,
Udyr
it
going to
doesn't.
take
It's kind
negative
of
damage
Independent.
from Niku Toilet, who is still up to the task and now needs to be careful because Udyr is sitting right on top of the Distortion Sigil. Now going to be locked up here by Pelvis Pablo. Oh no, Niku Toilet
excellent
now going
use
to be
of the
picked up
chains.
here by
Will be
Arena Thunder. And now it's going to be Kaiser going very, very close to Udyr as well. If you are Niku Toilet, you got to be asking yourself, why am I trying to pick a fight with this Udyr at this stage in the game? Good play coming out from Pelvis Pablo, with backup arriving in the form of Annie to pick up a kill on to LeBlanc.
I think in prior seasons that would have been, a terrible fight for Udyr, but with this new Hextech Chem tank, really just able to, you know, put on the Nikes and run down this LeBlanc.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's going to mean here that the second Cloud Dragon, when it spawns here, should be picked up by double Jungle Gap as well. Meanwhile, for Hapuuma Matata just steadily falling further and further behind. And their scaling options are not looking so great either. LeBlanc, definitely a more early game oriented champion, has not been really able to snowball into the mid game after trying to get involved in team fights that she really had no business being a part of. Kaisa, meanwhile, has just steadily been farming here and there, but is still now takes a very risky recall right in front of Leona. But as it stands, oh no, gonna be picking up a Zeal here as well, so the Dirk will just be left in the inventory of Celery Man here as he tries to build towards
Runops, maybe?
Runons? Yeah, either Runons or Phantom Dancer, but gonna further delay the power spike of this Kaisa.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
Collector doesn't have much value this game, so probably just getting it for the Q evolve
Mm-hmm.
and maybe finishing later. But yeah,
Yeah. As it stands though, it's gonna mean that this Kaisa is about another 1500 gold away from completing her next legendary item. And if you're Hapuuma Matata, you are just slowly getting choked out. Udyr now running a rampant over the blue side jungle as well, out to a 70 CS lead, as well as a 3-level lead over the Hecarim, who is already going the tank build. Now Leona going to try to find Malphite, going to be engaged here, going to be a flash used by Andy to get away from, still will get locked up by the chains, but not pulling the trigger here, and now going to be a solar flooding right on top of Kaisa, going to be the flash, going to be used immediately, Heco going to be picked up almost instantly, and now the Udyr going to go in, try to lock down the Kaisa for the rest of the team to come back. Meanwhile, going to be a LeBlanc recalling Malphite, forced to use flash away as well, so Magnus Crow down here for Hapuuma Matata, going to mean that double jungle gap are going to move over to Baron.
Yeah, really just not enough damage on the side of Hapuuma Matata. We see that they actually elected for the fight there with Niku Toilet distortioning in and then going for the chains. But a flash from Irina Thunder and a heal from Me Easy means that no one's going to go down.
Yep.
Just an easy Baron pickup for double jungle gap.
Yeah, 1,000
Uh-huh.
gold lead as well. 9,000, but almost 10,000 gold lead.
And the split push threat from Mordekaiser just got 10 times worse for Hapuuma Matata.
What makes you say that, Pizza?
Well, now they have to
Baron.
deal with Baron up minions
Oh, right.
as well
That
as
thing.
Mordekaiser
True.
instead of just Mordekaiser.
Look at
Could be a
that.
potential fight here though, as chains coming out from LeBlanc, but that's some big damage on the sigils actually.
Yep. Daddy Don't Chill
That
with next to no magic resist, only the Merc Tread's going to mean that it does take a decent amount of damage from the LeBlanc. And meanwhile, Kaiser here going to try to recall and does pick up that Rudon's Hurricane. Should be enough attack speed for the E evolve.
and
And it
then
appears that Daddy No Chill has been ganked by his mob, according to the all chat.
Mom diff.
Mom diff.
we'll have to wait to see until after Ryan's mom gives him back to us, but I want to see him get rid of that D shield. Not really doing too much at this stage in the game, and should open up another slot or enough gold at least to finish Sonya's.
Yeah, let's take a look here as well. Now we have a little bit of time. 2,500 gold lead for Mordekaiser. Actually, verging on 3,000. A 4,500 gold lead for the Udyr versus the Hecarim. Meanwhile, LeBlanc going to be the only one with a gold lead over her counterpart in the mid lane for the side of Hapuuma Matata. Kaisa is only down about 1,000 to Misfortune, but the support gap is relatively large as well. Leona 6,600 to Nautilus is 51, 1,500 gold lead there, mostly courtesy of these global objectives that have been picked up here by Double Jungle Gap. All right. So the game has resumed here. We're going to see here if Double Jungle Gap can look to close this one out or if it's going to be comeback season for Hapuuma Matata. And if it is to be comeback season, Pisa, what needs to go right for this composition from Hapuuma Matata?
So yeah, right now what we're seeing from Niku Toilet, just clearing out vision, looking for flanks, jumping over walls with the distortion, and assassinating the backline. That's really going to be the key for Hapuuma Matata.
Yep.
But we see Double Jungle Gap really respecting that and just backing off, letting Mordekaiser just split push this top lane, get objectives for free. It makes it really difficult for Hapuuma Matata. They don't see this Malphite just sitting in the chicken bush though.
Oh no.
Maybe
Now going to be an engage here as Malphite goes on to the backline of Double Jungle Gap. Going to try to lock down this Misfortune, but Hecarim has no damage. Going to be the lockdown is there, and now the Hecarim is dead. Like I said, already in the backline with the Killer Instinct going to be locked up here as well. Only going to be Niku Toilet left to tell the story. Mordekaiser didn't even need to get involved. They're going to be yet another 4v5 win here. Really disjointed engage coming out on the side of Hapuuma Matata should give Double Jungle Gap the game 1 win here.
yeah, I'm not quite sure what that engage was because Niku Toilet wasn't really even there to provide the damage, and that's really your biggest damage at this point in the game. They just burn everything to kill Yeezy, and they did kill her in the end, but at what cost?
At what cost, indeed. All right, so not going to try to go for the end here with still these relatively short death timers, but Double Jungle Gap here will be able to pick up the third Cloud Dragon of the game. They are now on Cloud Soul Point as well as a 12,000 gold lead pretty much. It's looking very, very dire for Hapuuma Matata here.
Definitely.
Yeah, these ults cooldowns are so low. Leona's just at 40 and just about a minute on Annie too. Everybody's sub 90 seconds, I think.
Yeah, 4 seconds on the Phoenix stance. It's crazy.
Can't underestimate how often Udyr can get these Phoenix stance procs out at this stage in the game.
4 seconds.
Ryan's mom back for the return gank, really abusing his lack of flash IRL.
True. Can you imagine?
Wait, would your stances get reduced? It shows all 4 seconds for
Sure,
everything.
actually, yeah, it might just be an Udyr thing that they don't actually offer anything, or maybe there's a cap.
Mom out for blood. My bad, says Mordekaiser. Keck W. Okay, so with the game now resumed, Baron is spawning here in 2 minutes. Probably going to be the pickup that signals the end here for Hapuuma Matata in this game. After a good early game, just really did not play to the LeBlanc playstyle, I think. A really forced teleport fight in the bot lane, but the fight will always be won by the top laner with the CS lead and the better impact, courtesy of that death roam. I'm going to take Malphite right out of his comfort zone, and now Leona going to try to go in, going to get the Banshees popped. This is looking tough.
Yep. The walls are closing in around Hapuuma Matata.
LeBlanc here, gonna try to repeat earlier what happened against. Hold on, gonna be the Unstoppable Force used way too early. LeBlanc is still ambling her way over here onto Daddy No Cho, who still has the Death Realm available, and is gonna immediately put Malphite into that. Will go down in short order is Hapoom. He's gonna be flashing away from nothing there, and now Niku Toilet gonna be wondering what happened to his top laner as the rest of Hapuuma Matata are trying desperately to defend a base that is quickly collapsing on itself.
Old Ryan with a
And a
smash.
flash distortion coming in from Niku Toilet as a one.
Yep, now gonna one last dish effort. Measy gonna go down there too. Magnus Crow, the killer instinct gonna come in as well. And he's gonna be dead as well. But now this Udyr gonna run riot. Guys, it will go down. And the Udyr gonna try to mix it in with 3 members of Double Jungle Gap. Not gonna be too successful there. Earliest respawn for Malphite is in 10 seconds. But Udyr, Mordekaiser, and Leona now bearing down onto the Nexus turrets of Hapuuma Matata.
Yep, and that should be the game. Have you been blessed with no spectator bug today, or were they actually not able to end?
I will see. It looks like Daddy No Chill going for the end. No spectator bug today as the first Nexus explodes of the series. Going to be a game 1 win for Double Jungle Gap. After a bit of a rough early game, it was all Double Jungle Gap from the mid game on out. But for Hapuuma Matata, it is not the end of the road at all, as this is a best of 3, so they can look to complete the reverse sweep now, armed with the knowledge and experience that they have just gained from the shellacking they just received from Double Jungle Gap. Let's take a look here at what really turned it around for Double Jungle Gap. Going to be started by this fight in the bot lane coming out from Hapuuma Matata as they look to engage here with the Hecarim ultimate. Going to be a hook landing on to Leona here, but Udyr more than happy to match. Means here that the Misfortune is able to live through the burst, and going to be now a match of teleports from the top lane, but that immediate death realm going to mean that Malphite has no way to really impact this fight. LeBlanc with a late roam as well, going to mean that all 5 members of Hapuuma Matata end up going down here in this extended team fight.
And poor Hapoom, just sitting in the death realm, has ult, but just nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go indeed. And that really set the table for the rest of the game. Before that, Hapuuma Matata were even in gold, had a 2-dragon lead, had a 3-1 LeBlanc roaming around the map getting picks, but after that, It was just death ball after death ball coming in from double jungle gap. We're going to see another case of that here around the second Herald spawn as Hapuuma going to be overextended here, try to lock down this misfortune, but just barely not enough before the Hecarim comes in with the devastating charge. But that's going to mean that Hecarim puts himself in a precarious position as well. Kaisa, meanwhile, not electing to use the killer instinct because there are just so many tanky members that she has to dive into. Going to mean that double jungle gap end up picking up a win in a 4v5 scenario as well. And after that, it was just a steady march towards victory. We'll take one final look here at the fight in the mid lane that broke it open for double jungle gap. Malphite trying to engage here, but no LeBlanc as she tries to mash Mordekaiser in the top lane means yet another 4v5 win for double jungle gap. Too many resources expended to try to lock down misfortune, going to mean that Udyr, Annie, and Leona are able to just freely DPS and CC these diving members of Hapuuma Matata.
Yeah, I really would have liked to see Hapuuma Matata try to change up their strategy a bit after they saw that the dive easy strategy was no longer working. Maybe opt for a split on the opposite side of the map of the Mordekaiser or something, but unfortunately, just gonna get choked out.
Indeed. All right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will give these teams just a couple more minutes to re-strategize in their war rooms before we get into game 2. But again, it will be a win here for double jungle gap and a win here for those of you who did put your channel points on XX Pelvis, Pablo, and the rest of his team. Congratulations to them, but again, it is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Best of 3 here means Hapuuma Matata just need to win the next 2 games. Easy peasy. Okay, let's have some fun, shall we? Actually, well, marbles? Is it marbles time? Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, we have a question coming in from TimoMan23 who asks, why are you so awesome? Well, I don't know, TimoMan23. I think it's because I get to watch exciting League of Legends gameplay by my friends. You know, it makes me look good, but it's really just all them. That's why I'm so awesome, because they're all so awesome. I hope that's a acceptable response. And I hope you continue to keep watching because we do have game 2 set up here. I'm going to check in here with both teams real quick and see if they're ready to go. And then we're going to get game 2 underway. After this game, we will definitely have marbles. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. It's a lot of fun. All right, be right back. Hey, B, what are you doing,
Hey,
man?
Roger.
I'm just talking to the team after your game because they won the first game.
That's
it. Was that allowed?
No.
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying good
Okay,
job.
okay,
He hasn't
okay,
said
okay,
anything,
okay,
though.
okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah.
Just want to make sure. Yeah. But are you guys more or less ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Round 2, baby.
Did they already communicate what side? I'm guessing mid side.
They seem like
looks
to be
like
on
they picked
team
this side.
2.
Okay. Hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
Are you guys good to go?
About as ready as we go.
I think
Okay.
so.
All right. Positive mentals. You guys can still do this. Okay.
True.
By the whole
Okay.
Starting from like halfway.
So, looks like both teams are ready to go here. We are on a 3-minute spectator delay, remember, ladies and gentlemen. So, while we are watching those replays, they were busy re-strategizing. Means there's very little downtime here as these two teams get ready. Need to invite Chungus and Pizza. And then we're going to get game 2 underway. Remember, double jungle gap here with the first win. Going to be looking to close out the series. Meanwhile, for Hapuuma Matata, kind of try to bring it to game 3. And we'll see here, now that Hapuuma Matata electing to go with red side here, what different strategies they have to try to reverse their fortunes from game one.
So now they do have the option to leave counterpick to Hapuum, who really is a player who can utilize that well. You know, we see a lot of his power picks getting banned, but still have options like Silas. You know, just more carry based champions that I think he prefers in the end instead of Malphite, like you alluded to. But yeah, what did you think of the jungle handshake from last game, Roger?
Well, it looked really bad in the end, but in a vacuum, that should be a good matchup. It should be an okay matchup. But something happened to Hecarim's clear that I didn't get to see, because Hecarim finished 6 camps at 340 with a leash. So that really just gave all the tempo for the next 5 minutes over to Udyr. As it stands, I think that was enough of PTSD from that side of the matchup for double jungle, or for Hapuuma Matata here to, I think, ban out both the jungles of, and there it is, going to be should be an Udyr and a Hecarim ban here coming out from Hapuuma Matata. They don't want to go through that again.
They kind of dug themselves a hole, because if they have to ban Hecarim and Udyr, which means two of his best champions are gone.
Yep. So we'll see here as going to be another pair of top lane bans aimed at Hapuum. And the Garen going to be taken away here as well. What the options are now for Magnus Crow in the jungle.
He plays Skarner as well, right? I wonder if they might try to just pick that up. I think Calvin plays that too. But it seems like they're just going for the same, or Double Jungle Gap is just going for the same draft strategy. You know, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. Same 3 bans: Caitlyn, Akali, and Irelia. I'm picking up Leona early on.
All right. So,
wait.
Was that a misclick?
Maybe.
Probably.
Alex DC. Okay.
Ah, gotcha. I was like, that was an instant Swain slam. Like, god damn, that was so much confidence.
I wonder if that is that locked in then for Hapuuma Matata?
No,
or is that
I
just
don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna just redo that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So it should be same bans though from both teams. Leona was also the first pick for Double Jungle Gap. Like another case of a pick being used as much to take as it is to deny as well, taking away from the hands of Ollie, whose Leona is a very much her preferred MO. On the Nautilus there, has been caught out a couple times and does not have the tankiness that Leona does to really stick in a fight and let the rest of her team catch up. So we're going to see here what she decides to do now that she is faced against Leona coming out from the Northwest for a second game in a row. So what are some adaptations that you guys would like to see from Hapuuma Matata here, given that, you know, game one did go so badly after the early game?
I don't like the LeBlanc because they're playing completely for early game, but they didn't really utilize it correctly. I think they just pick scaling, and almost every game we hit like 35 minutes. So they pick scaling mid, and have Hapuum gets on a more carry-oriented top laner. I think they can turn it.
Ooh, now this is spicy. Speaking of scaling, we're gonna have Sivir locked in here. for Celery Man. Nautilus Sivir, not a bot lane that you traditionally see, but it nevertheless is going to be the lock-in for Hapuuma Matata. We'll see here how Double Jungle Gap respond. Going to respond with the same as Leona and Misfortune, going to be the duo lane for Meezy and the Northwest.
What?
And we're going to see a Volibear locked in here for Pelvis Pablo. Volibear was the recipient of a couple of significant buffs to his jungle clear in 11.6. Not so much in terms of clear speed, but more so in terms of sustain, as Volibear now gets full healing from the second activation of his W, the Maul. So should be much healthier coming out of the jungle. And we're going to see now. Okay.
They're really switching things up this time around. That's good to see.
Yep, so Sejuani, not a pick that we have seen Magnus Crow play here at all, but going to be the lock-in now for Hapuuma Matata, a CC tank. Yep. And immediately Mo pogs out because he's got the Sedge one trick down pat, so hopefully Magnus Crow here can do Ine proud on this Sejuani pick. And now we're going to get back to the mid and top lane pans. Oh, Sedge is Skarner. Never mind. So sorry, Ine. You have been baited. Sejuani is Skarner. Oh, man. I'm so sorry, Mo. It's okay. No one will challenge for your title of Best Sejuani Do It Big. As Sejuani is actually a placeholder for Skarner.
We've seen a lot of top lane bans already. I wonder what is still on the table for Hapuuma.
Gnar. Yone's open.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Now we're going to get the Yone locked in for Niku Toilet, who really was the shining light for Hapuuma Matata in game 1. We're going to see if he can repeat some of his performances, at least in the early game. In the mid game, really had a rough time dealing with the Udyr. And we're going to see the Anivia locked in now for Arena Thunder as the counter pick.
I think a Morgana would have been better here. She's been playing well on Morgana mid, and it counters the Nautilus in this corner.
For sure. Yeah, I really do like this Yone pick, though. I feel like it's really effective against Misfortune, just in team fights. If she ever stops to drop the bullet time, then that's a free ultimate for Yone.
And now we're going to see Ornn picked up here by Daddy No Chill. Rai is going to be the hover here for Hapuuma. Far more in his wheelhouse as far as I'm concerned. We'll see if it ends up being the lock-in here. And you talked about it, Chungus, but this is the more scaling-oriented picks that you would have liked to see. Both Yone and Rai scale spectacularly into the late game. We are going to get a remake because, again, the Sejuani pick was a placeholder for Skarner, but with the comps officially locked in, the Gamba is live, so put down your channel points, ladies and gentlemen, on Game 2 between Double Jungle Gap and Hapuuma Matata. Double Jungle Gap coming out with a massive Game 1 win, putting them on series point over Hapuuma Matata, but Hapuuma Matata still can come back, force a decisive Game 3.
I wonder if they're going to try anything spicy with the Ryzen Skarner, or if those were crafted for an isolation. I could definitely get some interesting Skarner flanks with the Ryze ult. They did decide to coordinate that.
Can you pull people out? Like, can you realm warp and then pull them into the realm warp?
Yep.
I think if you time it correctly, yeah, but probably hard at early levels, right? I think the duration on the Skarner ult scales up with levels.
Is that how it works?
Is that true, Roger?
I thought it was the same. So
Sorry,
Skarner suppression duration extend with levels and all?
No, it's 1.75 flat, I think.
Oh, okay.
The Rise range scales a lot though.
True.
Okay.
So what do you guys make of this draft? Who do you think has the competitive edge?
I think there's a lot of good lockdown coming in from Hapuuma Matata. And this Sivir pick, I think, really augments these two hyperscalers from Yone and Rise. Um, but at the same time, if Skarner doesn't have Flash, it's going to be really hard for him to ult either Misfortune or Anivia, who are really the only two Impale targets. So overall, I just think there's just so much damage coming in from the three members of Sivir, Rise, and Yone that they should be able to burst out somebody. So I'm gonna give my advantage over to Hapuuma Matata this game. What do you think? What about you guys?
Uh, yeah, I feel like it's definitely a lot. Or Silver definitely is a great enabler, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely just a lot more damage threats coming out for Hapuuma Matata, and I guess we'll just have to see if they're able to stop their lanes from falling behind like last game.
I think Hapuuma Matata, they have 3 carries, but their carries are all such short range. Sivir is one lowest range ADC. You have Rise, who has to get up and close.
Mm-hmm.
And Yone with shield bone nerfs doesn't have the lifesteal. So he's just going to get a shield, but he's not going to be able to sustain as much through fights. Whereas you have Anivia, Ornn, and MF who have huge zone controls, and they have big AoE ults on everybody from Double Jungle Gap, whereas the other team is more single target.
Yeah, for sure.
Other than Yone.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like because with Sivir in its current iteration right now, we're probably going to see the Essence Reaver Dustblade build. So she's not really going to be looking to get auto attacks down onto Nivea and Misfortune, more so just trying to line up her Boomerang Blade with the Fate Sealed coming in from the Yone. And then whatever Skarner decides to pull back in, that's who she's going to actually end up auto attacking. And we're going to see how much damage that Boomerang Blade can do with lethality behind it. But yeah, it is a good point because they're going to have a hard time punching through Ornn especially. Not particularly good tank killers are Sivir nor Yone. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for sure. If Double Jungle Gap can go even, and their tankiness can really shine through, then they can really buy space here for Nivea and Misfortune to do damage safely from range with zone control as well.
Yeah, I think Rise is going to be win condition, and Anivia, whoever gets more fed, whoever can shred through front lines.
Yeah, I do want to see like an early gank from Volibear, either mid or top. I think Rise does want to shove that lane in early, does have the range advantage. And Anivia has some good CC in the queue to potentially set up a gank.
Yeah, ganking Yone is never an easy feat though. With the Soul Unbound, gonna be really easy to juke away from the Flash Frost coming in from Anivia, any potential CC. But if they can bait it and Volibear can sit on top of the respawn point of Yone, then they can really find some success here. Meanwhile, for Skarner, going to be power leveling to 6 should be the name of the game for him. But if he fights on top of a Spire in the early game, may still be able to find some success up against Volibear. And to me, yeah, as you mentioned, Chungus, we really had to keep our eyes on this Rise. This is not a pick that we've seen Hapuuma pull out in the tournament yet, although this is still very much in his wheelhouse. and it should be more to his playstyle as well. Hapuuma on a weak side top laner did not seem like a good look here for his team. So let's see if he gets some resources and if this Ryze can really pop off in some of these mid-game team fights. Okay, well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, with the spectator delay now ticked down, we are going to load into Game 2 here between Double Jungle Gap and Hapuuma Matata. Hapuuma Matata looking to even up the series. Double Jungle Gap looking to get into the quarterfinals, or the semifinals, excuse me, where they will be awaited by one of either Andy Land or PokeCard. We'll talk more about that after this game. But here we go. We're going to load into Game 2. All right. So, what do you think should be the early game objective here for Hapuuma Matata? Because this Skarner is not a particularly strong early game jungler for Magnus Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see some counter ganks and stop any potential early snowball that Pelvis Pablo can provide to his solo laners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you just want to track the Volibear early. As long as you can get to 6, you mitigate a lot of the Volibear early game. You have winning top lane, so maybe Volibear likely will start red. So just trying to secure that top crab and just play it slow, keep eyes on Volibear, and get his early game in.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So we're going to see here both junglers are going to start on their blue buffs here. You mentioned the early game power of the Volibear. I'm curious here if we're going to see a potential invade angle coming in from this Volibear. Would be a lot of fun and yeah, could really spice things up. Volibear, at the end of the day, I know the win rate is up, but I still firmly believe he's a mediocre jungler. So we'll see though if Pelvis Pablo can make this pick work. I know he loves to play this champion.
It would be interesting if they decided to vertical the map, but does not appear to be the case. As I guess neither of the laners have prio at the moment, so
yeah,
it'll just be a mirrored clear. Both junglers or both teams do know where the junglers started. And an early, no, just grabbing this Spire does Niku toilet.
Really bad time to leave the lane though. He got denied about 3 XP and gold worth of melees. So he's going to be lower level for this crab fight.
Yeah. We also saw here Volibear went buff Gromp here, looking for a level 3 gank early onto the bot lane of Hapuuma Matata. Let's see if it comes to pass as Nautilus continues to walk forward here. Let's see if Leona can land the Zenith Blade. Will do just that. Engage here, now going to come down onto Ali. Volibear is here, going to be pouncing in on all fours, but a good use of the hook here. Going to mean, though, so much burst coming in from the Volibear. First blood for Pelvis Pablo. And that buff Gromp into the early gank going to be enough to lock down the Nautilus, who, even with the hook to the wall, not able to find enough distance to get away from the prowling bear.
Yeah, I don't know why she doesn't use. She holds flash there.
I guess just not expecting the flash, but I think at that point when you have the bear charging at you like that, there's really nothing else to expect.
Yeah.
We'll trace through mid lane, head to top river. We'll find that Scuttle Crab has already been taken as expected.
I'm gonna see a potential roam here mid though. It's gonna be a really hard gank for Nautilus to set up here. There are so many minions on the side of Arena Thunder. So it looks like gonna go back here and make sure that the Sivir can farm safely underneath the turret. Sivir, even with that gank, still has a bit of a CS lead as well, so not all is lost here for Hapuuma Matata. And we'll see here if the Sivir pick at 6 can really coordinate with the Skarner and team to find some crucial kidnaps onto the members of Double Jungle Gap.
CS in the top lane actually slightly in favor of Daddy No Chill. Somewhat unexpected in this matchup, but we'll see if he can keep that up as Rise is scaling.
Meanwhile, Volibear is hanging around above Niku Toilet here in the mid lane. Gonna try to be looking for a gank. Niku Toilet is relatively close though to his turret. The Flash Frost gonna do so much damage though. Yone going very, very low, but so is Volibear actually. Was just barely in tower range for a couple of shots. And Volibear gonna now slink away with about half his HP. Meanwhile, Skarner not interested whatsoever in getting mixed up with these lanes. Actually just going to continue power farming here towards that all-important level 6. Meanwhile, gonna be engaged here. Good play by Sivir actually, recognizing the Leona interaction. You want to let the Zenith Blade land on you and then just spell shield the stun that comes out. So good play from Celery Man there.
Yep.
Okay. So
TV
outside
gonna
of
come up
Volibear,
and
paying a visit to the mid lane. Not too much going on in the early game.
Nope. Just scaling as we expected from both teams, really. Volibear doing all the early ganking.
Yep. Volibear here now in the bot lane again, potentially, but needs to be careful. Steadily falling behind this Skarner, who's now almost 4 camps ahead, is going to be able to pick up this topside Rift Sculler as well. So, good play coming in from Magnus Crow after a rough game 1 on the Crystal Scorpion. Almost level 6 here. Let's take a look. Hold on, going to be a potential fight in the mid lane. Good trade coming out from Niku Toilet. So much damage landing onto the Anivia here. Does have the Fate sealed as well, and Skarner is only 1 camp away from level 6.
Yeah, this is an early cloth armor pickup by Arena Thunder, and with the phase rush setup, will be very hard to kill for the Yone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, will mean she doesn't do very much damage.
Indeed.
Early dragon picked up for double jungle gap. Using this early bot prio.
Yeah, that was just taking good advantage of reset timings as well. Sivir had just taken her first reset at around the 7-minute mark. Meant that Volibear had the confidence to be able to pick that one up. So it will be first Infernal Dragon now in the hands of Double Jungle Gap. But now this game really should start exploding into life as the ultimates are now online for Skarner and Yone. Meanwhile, Sivir does have her ultimate as well, so maybe they could try to speed in Magnus Crow here. But there are flashes available on everybody, including Volibear, who will have his up in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna get a Ocean Soul or Mountain Soul. Both are really probably the 2 best souls for these 2 teams.
Wait, could it not be?
Yeah. No,
Air
first
Soul?
2. No, because Cloud Soul or Cloud Dragon is spawning next.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Volibear here still in the mid lane is level 6 as well. The wall not going to be able to lock up Niku Toilet here though. Skarner is lurking around, is now on the red buff however, so let's see if the patience here pays off for Pelvis Pablo. Niku Toilet going to walk over here, but there's a Skarner behind him. And now Volibear going to be found out. Here we go. Fight going to start out here. Going to be a potential engage on to Volibear, but it's going to be 3v2 so far. Rise is on the way, however. Now the Call of Forja going to be used here, trying to land onto two members here. Nuka going to be forced to flash away. The Realm Warp not going to be able to find anything just yet. Okay, Rise going to be used to get that one out of there. So going to be a relative win here for Double Jungle Gap. Maybe give them the confidence to go on to the Rift Herald here. But crucially, there are ultimates still available for both Skarner and Yone.
Yep. In the end, just blowing the flash from Yone. But Scuttle, or not Scuttle, Herald will be a big pickup as a result of that.
All right.
This does seem to be the Everfrost coming out for Hapuuma. Definitely been a really popular item recently, and for someone like, or a character like Rise that has a point and click route, should be very easy to use.
All right. So, just going to be a pair of jungle objective pickups here by Double Jungle Gap in both the Infernal Dragon and now the Rift Herald as well. Should give them the early gold lead once that Rift Herald does get dropped. As it stands, though, gonna be a CS lead for the Skarner, as well as a advantage in the bot lane, heavily in favor of Celery Man to give Hapuuma Matata the early 400 gold lead.
Heavy trades coming out in the mid lane. While almost keeping him in the Anivia R, but not quite. Where do you want to see this Herald being used?
I think they get used to just drop it around Dragon and get tempo in a lane, priority in a lane. But let's see if they can find a pick before then. If they can just find a successful gank. Hold on. Ooh, the Rise getting knocked up there in turret range, but it's going to be Rise here with a phase rush just walking away. This even top lane matchup here between Daddy No Chill and Rise thus far has been a little bit surprising, if I'm being completely honest. I thought Rise would definitely have the upper hand in this matchup, but kudos to Daddy No Chill on this Ornn.
What is he building? What is he? Aegis of the Legion.
Sunfire?
Oh wait, I keep forgetting Aegis builds into it. I keep thinking it's Locket.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
I think now that Aegis gives you tenacity on a legendary item, should be a good item.
Volibear here going to be overextended here, though going to be found out now by Skarner, is on top of the Spire, crucially, and Skarner does have the Kidnap available. Not going to go aggressive here just yet. I wonder what the hesitation is going to be. Has had the Impale for the better part of 4 minutes now, but Magnus Crow very reticent to use his ultimate, and instead has been power farming steadily on the Skarner, but it's not necessarily going to be the best MO for Skarner. Really needs to start using this Impale before people start paying the QSS tax.
Yeah, no one gonna be able to collect the plates just drop there mid.
Well, you get it. The jungler gets it. Whoever drops the Herald gets it by default.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, as we said earlier, Herald going to be dropped around Dragon Spawn, going to mean that the second dragon of the game will be picked up here by Double Jungle Gap as well, and it will mean Ocean Soul is the name of the game here.
Could be a potential top lane roam. No wards in the river.
Yep. Here we go. Let's see if Nuka is able to find it. Ooh, not going to start with the Fate Seal. Going to mean that Ornn is going to get back to the safety of his turret. Now going to try to find the Ornn engage right when Ornn is in the middle of the turret. But it's going to mean that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade at the end of the day. The turret's not going to do enough to take down Yone. But that is going to be a kill here for Hapuuma on this Rise. Let's see if this is going to be what really gets Rise going into the mid game. Not going to elect to stay around, as there is a potential for the Volibear to counter. But as it stands, good play for Hapuuma Matata to finally get something going here for this Rise.
Looks like now they're going to send Rise into the mid lane. And Could
Hold on,
be a
going to be
potential
engaged here
bot
in the
fight.
bot lane. The Volibear is here, but so is Skarner. And now going to be engaged onto Nautilus. The Skarner's just...
Holding flash again.
Oh, but there's no Skarner ult being used either.
I
Um,
I can't watch this anymore. That was a 3v3 they could have won. The Volibear is so weak. Just ult somebody. Just ult somebody, please. Please, just ult somebody, please. There it is. Okay, Volibear gonna go very, very low here. A couple more auto attacks from Sivir. No, not gonna be enough because you didn't choose to fight the 3v3. Instead, you chose to fight the 2v3. Okay, Sivir, though, gonna be able to pick up the Leona in the end. And now there is a Yone here as well. The Boomerang Blade gonna take me easy to about 20% HP. And meanwhile, in the top lane, Ryze gonna flash in one more. All right, gonna be a trade of flashes here, and now the Realm War gonna be not used, not taken by the Ryze. But in the end, ends up being a 2-for-1 in the bot lane. Support for on the side of Double Jungle Gap going down in favor of support and jungler for Hapuuma Matata.
this Ryze is definitely scaling up. For sure, much harder for Daddy No Chill to keep him in check in the lane.
Yep.
Will be first turret going down in the top lane.
Yeah, big. Now, though, Nivea going to be hooked in as well. Nico Toilet is going to flash into, going to be a good flash match, though, by Anivia. Anivia does have the egg. I believe there it is, and now Yone and Nautilus going to be overextended here. Going to try to really knock down the egg before going back out. Going to be able to pick that one up, but now it's going to be Misfortune picking up the double kill. No, Leona able to pick up one onto Niku Toilet. So good use of that Rebirth passive by Arena Thunder to turn around that situation. Ends up being another 2-for-1 in favor of Double Jungle Gap.
Unfortunately, targeting there was a bit sus. Electing to hit the Nautilus instead of the Yone who was chopping down this egg. And it does mean that Arena Thunder does go down, but overall, still a good trade. Yep.
We're gonna see here with the Immortal Shield Bow nerf coming in for this patch, Yone electing to go with a Gale Force this game, so gonna be a lot more bursty, but also a lot squishier. So if they can find a potential lockdown onto Yone, Nuka Toilet gonna have a harder time standing up to the burst of Double Jungle Gap.
Yep. I'm really not sure about the Gale Force. So like normally you buy it. I feel like against squishy targets and those with like skill shot based abilities. But you know, Double Jungle Gap has so many like just point and click CCs from Volibear and from Leona. It's going to be hard to use that to dodge out on anything. So really just going to be an offensive option here.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
He's gonna use it to get in.
Hold on, going to be engaged here onto Ryze. They're trying to find a lockdown, but Ryze crucially takes the Blast Gun over just in time as the third dragon spawns here. Going to be Ocean Dragon here, and it could potentially put Double Jungle Gap on Ocean Soul Point. So it's going to be a heavy contest coming in from Hapuuma Matata.
No Leona ult though.
Yep.
Pretty big.
And now Volibear going to be chunked out here as well. Going to go very, very low, but it goes straight into the Fate Seal. Good play from Nigatoya. Going to be the bullet time. It was only going to land onto Nautilus so far. Nautilus going to go down though. Ryze going to go down as well. Now all of a sudden Yone is very, very low. And all of a sudden it's going to be Double Jungle Gap coming up with a huge win despite that early pickup. So now going to be them putting themselves on Ocean Soul Point. Wow.
Excellent. What is this ability called? A Glacial Storm by Arena Thunder there. Just cooking up pretty much all the members of Hapuuma Matata that fight, burning them down. It was an excellent early engage by Niku Toilet. Perhaps with the prediction on the ult, or I don't know, maybe Pelvis Pablo just jumped straight into it, but will be countered by an excellent Anivia gameplay.
Yeah, this Skarner I think is ulted twice and both times basically after the fight is over.
Still holding on to Flash as well. Gonna mean that this Skarner pick does not live up to its full potential here. It does, though, also mean that no one is even sniffing a QSS. So if Hapuuma Matata here can recognize this pick potential of the Flash Skarner engage, use it to start a fight, then maybe, just maybe, they can find a teamfight win here. As it stands, it's Anivia now doing so much damage to the Yone. Gonna take Nika Toilet to about 40% with one Flash Frostbite combo.
She doesn't have a mythic yet. She doesn't have a single item yet.
Yep. Yone here with the Gale Force, now probably going to be building towards Bloodthirster with the Vamp Scepter as the second item in the inventory here. So there will still be some form of Drain Tank / Sustain coming in from this Yone build. Not going to go for the full burst that you can see with a potential Gale Force IE 2-item power spike.
We might be looking at a top dive here, and nope, it seems to be called off as timing just does not work out. Good call is that as members of Hapuuma Matata were rotating up to the top lane. And it's just back to farming, it seems. So what do you think Hapuuma Matata needs to do differently in these fights in order to come out on top?
Well, I think they need to take somebody out with Impale first. One thing with this build coming in from Volibear is he is very, very susceptible to magic damage. Only has a little bit of MR coming in from the Chem Tank. And so at this stage in the game, I honestly, if I'm playing Skarner here, I would just ult the Volibear in. Now I'm going to be engaged here in the bot lane. The Fate Seal going to put Anivia into Egg here. Let's see, it looks like Yone will not be interested in any more than that, but that is going to be a huge 5-minute timer. And meanwhile, in the top lane, going to be a gank here onto Hapuuma. A kill handed over to Daddy No Chill on the Ornn. So good play here. Again, coming in from double jungle gap, and this Rise has really not received the resources from his team to really get into this game.
Flash use too by the Rise.
Now, though, going to be Nikutoi looking for a potential solo kill here, able to take down the turret as well. Going to be just a couple more autos necessary, but there is a Leona, and now Teleport coming in too. Nikutoi now all of a sudden stuck in a 5v1 scenario. All 5 members of Double Jungle Gap are here, and that will be another pickup here handed over to me easy. Hapuuma Matata going to try to respond with a kill onto the turret in the mid lane though.
Yep. Excellent map awareness by Double Jungle Gap, but maybe committing too many resources down there. Let's hold on. Calvin is looking.
Yep.
But that is a very tanky Nautilus. TP expended mid by Hapuuma though.
Yep.
And we'll promptly run down bot to collect the wave. Maybe.
Ooh.
The hook almost landing onto Volibear there.
If she takes that. She had no aftershock there. I think if she no ult. I think if that lands, she's just dead. Leona was hovering right there too.
Okay, so with Ocean Soul potentially spawning in 30 seconds here, it's going to have to be all hands on deck for Hapuuma Matata. But they do have avenues for success here. Crucially, Anivia does not have the Rebirth passive available, so any damage landing onto Anivia will be fatal. And we're going to see here as well, Rise is level 14, does have the Everfrost plus the Void Staff. So if they can really buy space for Rise here, the Machine Gun Mage can really start doing some huge teamfight DPS.
Yep. Unfortunately, his Flash is the only one that is down this fight. So definitely going to have to be careful with the positioning.
Hey, it's all about this Ocean Soul.
Yep.
Just jockeying around a bit for mid prio as...
Yep, and now it's going to get started. They need to get onto this very, very fast. There's decent burst potential coming in. Already down to about 4k. They're going to force the 50-50 here. Call to Forge got to be used as zone, and Skarner needs to get into the pit here. Trying to go in now. Here we go. Going to be the Fate Seal used onto Baller here, but Dragon's still very, very healthy. Meanwhile, Celery Man going to be zoned here. Going to have to be careful not to walk into the bullet time. Dragon's still at 2400 here, but it's going to be Magnus Crow going down here. Should be no contest now, but they need to get into this pit here. Yone is down here as well. Ocean Soul going to be picked up here by Double Jungle Gap, and now going to be a flash coming in from Baller to lock down the Rise. Is going to be 3 for 0 so far, plus Ocean Soul. Celery Man going to be trying to run for his life. Going to be a flash in from Anivia, plus the Flash Frost. Able to pick that one up. Let's see if they're able to find the one final kill onto Nautilus. Able to hook to the wall. The gate is there, and Baller going to use the ult over the wall. There it goes. Going to walk straight into the lightning, but the slow could potentially be enough. No. Okay, it doesn't matter though if you're Double Jungle Gap, because you are now sitting with Ocean Soul, sitting at a 3,000 gold lead as well, pushing down onto the mid-tier 2, well on your way to the semi-finals.
Well played. A big flash from Me Easy there to dodge out on the Fate Sealed.
Yeah.
And Irina Thunder with just the massive zone control, the glacial frost, glacial storm there to burn down the Yone.
Meanwhile, I think Skarner is saving Flash for next game.
Oh.
Yes, but there will not be a next game if they continue to bleed out like this. This is a best of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we see that the shining light in the top lane for Hapuuma Matata, who once held the gold lead, is now down to this Ornn, about 500 gold.
Yep. And now as well, with no healing reduction on the side of Hapuuma Matata's Ocean Soul is going to do so much for them in any sort of 5v5 scenario. Skarner, meanwhile, has not been able to find any sort of impales onto crucial targets of Double Jungle Gap. It's going to mean that this tanky frontline of Volibear and Ornn just do so much work.
Definitely.
And now going to be his potential Sivir walking in here. This is just going to be a dead Sivir here. Skarner going to go back in and try to zoom back out. Okay, so he's out. At least he's on top of his Spire. It's going to mean that he's zooming around, but now it should be a Baron potentially picked up here by Double Jungle Gap. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Ornn going to be heavily winning this 1v1 up against Rise here. Call of Fortune going to come out here. Flash going to be used a little bit early. One more auto coming in to kind of proc the Brittle. It's going to be a solo kill for Daddy No Chill onto Hapuum, under Hapuum's tier 1 turret as well. And now Baron going to go very, very low here. Not going to be stolen away by Niku Toilet, who's going to be locked up in time to get picked up by Double Jungle Gap here. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are going to start crowning our first semi-finalist in short order. And it will be Double Jungle Gap.
Yep. Attempted catch onto Daddy No Chill, but he is so tanky, especially with this Ocean Soul.
They have no Grievous.
Regen.
They have no Grievous in any
Might even look for a 1v2 here, as he just does not take damage.
Nope. And Magnus Crow going to go down here. Volibear going to be able to pick up the Nautilus in short order. Going to be a flash coming in from the northwest to pick that one up. Calvin here going to dance a little bit. Maybe some BM coming out from Pelvis Pablo. Definitely don't like to see that. But team is definitely winning the game here.
And they just might look to end through bot here. Still have the Baron minions, and Rise is caught up by an excellent wall.
Yep, here we go. Rise going to go down here, picked up by Me Easy. The Fate Seal going to seal Yone's own fate there. Double Nexus turret's now going to be the target for Double Jungle Gap. There it is. One more kill onto Celery Man. GG's coming out 25-4. Gonna be GG for Double Jungle Gap. They will be our first semi-finalists of, well, technically not our first semi-finalist, but our first quarterfinal victor, I guess. So we'll see here. Take a look at this game and see what really transpired. A really, really stale early game. Only action courtesy of a level 3 gank bot coming in from Pelvis Pablo. So we'll take a look here at that one. And then we're going to start talking about the playoff picture now that this result has been confirmed. So Nautilus here electing not to use flash means that the flash coming in from Volibear is enough to lock down Ali there. But after that, we had to take a look at this fight here. So at this point, relatively even game in terms of gold, but with double jungle gap here on the 2-0 dragon lead, Hapuuma Matata felt compelled to contest this dragon. Was a decent start here, but a couple of crucial things here. Look at the Call to Forge God plus the Glacial Storm. All of Hapuuma Matata overextended here, doing so much damage, getting a nice little ice bath. And crucially there as well, notice the Spire here was not controlled by Hapuuma Matata, even though they had control in the pit. Gonna mean that Skarner has a much harder time zooming around and trying to pick up an Impale. And this broke the game open for Hapuuma Matata, for Double Jungle Gap, excuse me. At the Ocean Dragon here, still fightable here for Hapuuma Matata, but Daddy No Chill hitting level 14 with no incident, able to lock down this Sivir, and going to be a really, really split team fight. Going to mean that Magnus Crow goes way too early into this dragon, and all DPS does get stopped on the Ocean Dragon before Magnus Crow goes down. Meanwhile, Nico Toilet going to be picked up here by Me Easy on the side as well, and the Ocean Dragon can be handed over, and that really was the game. After that, it was just Double Jungle Gap marching towards victory, able to pick up the objectives of their choice before ending the game. GG to Double Jungle Gap.
GG.
Okay, so let's hear then from the Double Jungle Gap, shall we? We're going to get them in here. We'll get everybody in here, and they get to say their piece. And we're also going to talk about the playoff implications as well. Okay, so we have all 5 members of Double Jungle Gap in here on the interview desk. GG, guys. A really definitive 2-0 series win over Hapuuma Matata will give you guys a semi-final berth. So we're going to quickly talk here about who your next opponent might be. So for the playoffs here, Andyland and Pokecard as the number 1 and 2 seeds were granted an automatic semi-final berth. Andyland as the number 1 seed will take their pick of semi-final opponent. So we will have our second quarterfinal tomorrow between Chili's Angels and Team Strag. After that, we'll see who Andyland decides to face off against. But if I'm Andyland, I definitely don't want to be looking at Double Jungle Gap here, because those were 2 pretty clean wins coming out from you guys. I want to pose the first question, I guess, to the team captain, Pelvis Pablo. What was the difference maker for you guys in those 2 games, and why do you guys seem to have Hapuuma Matata's number?
You know, just me and Hapuuma, man. I gotta say, I've always been the better player compared to him. Just no, I'm just kidding. What let us get the win over those 2 games is that we stuck to a specific plan and just made sure that we didn't deviate. All right, because we made sure that we were on top of our game and could focus and knew what the game plans were. And that let us get the wins. Everybody stayed positive and made sure that we were not losing.
All right, indeed. Yeah, you guys definitely had a game plan. God damn, Ryan. Are you okay?
Sorry, bro. Someone shit talking me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go around the block here, shall we? We're going to take a quick look here. Gloria, Me Easy coming out 7-0-11 on Misfortune in this last game. We saw the Leona Misfortune come out in both games here for the bot lane of Double Jungle Gap. Why Misfortune over Ashe in these 2 games? We've seen you guys have a preference for the Ashe in the regular season games before the playoffs.
I'm actually a one-trick MF. I only learned Ashe for the tournament, but prior to the game we played in normals and my team was popping off, gave me a penta. We felt really confident picking it. And plus, Leona MF is just a really strong lane. So, yeah.
Well, indeed. Definitely worked out for you guys there. As the other half of the bot lane, the other half of the brain cell as well, Steven, I know that you've had a bit of a ongoing rivalry with Ali for best Leona in the tournament. Given your guys' pick and ban strategy, you were able to pick Leona away from her both times. So can we give you the title now, or is the jury still out?
Leona. Leona.
Oh. I feel like Steven doesn't even want the Leona title. He just wants Braum.
Braum?
Braum.
Braum?
Braum?
Braum.
Braum.
Okay.
No, it was a hard fought battle. No, I don't know. I couldn't tell if it was maybe like disrespect putting me on the Leona, but I'm glad it worked out. We showed up. It was a team effort. So
if anything, I think we were trying to respect. I mean, that's like Grace's signature champion, so picking it away was definitely a priority. So she can, yeah, Leona's pretty scary.
Definitely. Yeah, we've seen what happens when Ollie can't get her hands on that. So you guys were able to take it away from her in both games. Maybe doing your homework, Kelvin, in the pick and ban phase. But as it stands, good stuff there. Meanwhile, now going to turn it over to Arena Thunder. You were able to get your burb in the second game. There was a massive glacial storm here that Pizza recognized in that crucial first Ocean Dragon of the game. What were you guys' comms like for that fight?
I was pretty silent for that. I saw the Ornalt coming, so I thought it'd be good to just ult there, because they were literally on top of each other. So I was like, oh, they're going to sit in this ult while they're knocked up in the air. And then I actually don't know why I put up that wall. I think I really don't. But it just turned out to be really good. It was a death ball, and that's what we were playing, was a death ball. So
Definitely. Well, ended up working out. You balled them up to their deaths for sure. Okay, last but not least, Ryan, Daddy No Chill in the top lane. We saw you play both sides of the weak side strong side top lane matchup and come out victorious in both games. I know that you've had a friendly rivalry with Hapuuma throughout the season, so one Zoomer to another, is there anything you would like to say to him as you leave his team in the dust and march towards the semifinals?
I mean, all the shit talk I've been saying, but out of everything, I respect him as a player.
Aww.
He actually is a really good top laner, and I'm glad that I have a team. Like, unlucky for him, That's why he didn't make it out. But next season, Hapuuma, if you come back, you and me, let's form a super team. We'll defeat everybody. Yeah.
Okay, already tapping up Hapuuma for season 3. We'll see how that goes. But again, good stuff there, and humble in victory. That's what we like to see, Ryan. Congratulations once again to Double Jungle Gap, who will have a semi-final date with one of either Andy Land or PokeCard. Let's take a moment here as well to remind the audience what they're fighting for, shall we? So we've been keeping pretty quiet on the prize pool up until this point, but at this point, let's talk about it. So all of our contestants here will be vying for bragging rights. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. They'll be vying for the title of Season 2 Do It Big Champions, and their share of $400 of RP for the first place team will be $40 of RP per player. Pretty insane there. Second place will take 20, and third and fourth place, which you guys have just locked in, you guys are guaranteed $10 of RP each. So keep an eye on what shiny new skins you guys might potentially want, because you guys are steadily marching towards those RP rewards. Speaking of RP rewards, we're going to have our first marble race of the season, finally.
Let's fucking go!
Marble race? Marble race?
Okay.
Can we participate?
Oh no, I don't have enough channel points.
No,
Wait,
you
I
don't
do.
need-
I have 50k.
It doesn't matter. Nobody. You don't need any channel. Oh, I should make it so you need channel points though. But
Bro, this man.
well, I mean, because it's like you should reward viewers for participating. But as
I'll
it
let
stands
you
here,
know that I've only accumulated points solely by watching the stream.
wow. Okay.
You're not gonna have enough points if you don't gambling.
True.
Gambling is for people who like to take risks.
Look. You see, I lost 67k, and now I'm back up to 51k in no time.
Okay.
Bro, I lost 100k.
Everybody, please in Twitch chat, chill the fuck out. Exclamation marbles does nothing. You can do marbles exclamation mark to show your excitement for marbles, but let me set this shit up first. Oh yes, hurry up, Roger does work though. All right, so we have the marbles here. Okay, let's pick a fun one. I think Eye of the Storms, or okay, Devil's Chaos. It sounds lit. Okay, so we're gonna do a viewer race here. Wait, max number of players like 500. Race. Okay. Now I haven't done this in a while, but I'm pretty sure the setup is straightforward. So, oh nope, it is not straightforward because holy shit, everybody in here is a bot. So.
What the heck?
Okay, one moment. This is a viewer race, right? Okay. I shouldn't expect to see 500 randomly generated marbles. Okay, there we go.
Wait, yeah.
Okay. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This will be for $10 of RP, courtesy of yours truly. All you need to do to get into this race is type exclamation play.
Marbles.
Oh. Exclamation Brom.
Brom.
Exclamation mark play. Exclamation mark play. And then your marble should be entered. Wait, why is it not working?
I don't see it.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Game is marbles.
Oh, and a
Marbles.
number. Oh, they changed it. And they changed it. Okay. So exclamation point play plus a number?
Oh, and any number?
Wait, I'm so confused. Why is this different now? I really should have tested this beforehand, shouldn't I have? Like you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, right? When I click here, it says type dash play. Examples what the fuck?
It's like a play space number.
This is our host. Hello?
Hold on. We'll figure this out. What the hell is going on? Okay. Bear with us. Also, I don't like that map. The raging pin. What the fuck? For next.
Right.
Viewers, June. What the fuck? Is it because I'm in sub mode? No, wait, right? Why does it say subscriber here?
I should have been able to get in there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have sub.
Types play number.
What the fuck? Hold on, guys. We're gonna figure this out. I promise.
You're single playing check.
What is going on here?
Tutorials.
Oh, no.
They must run.
Tutorial? We gonna watch a tutorial together?
Tutorial.
Alright, everyone's gonna see me sign into my Twitch.
Wait, I think you have the eyes open. Never mind.
Wait,
What?
the what? Oh.
The show password button.
Kick.
Kick.
kicked up you?
I don't get what's going on.
Is it Royal or something? No? I never played this thing before.
I don't think so. You don't need to do anything, like, except type dash play usually. Oh, I'm getting grief so hard.
Why are you getting grief?
I don't know.
Why are you griefing people?
Type dash play to join. Or exclamation mark. Oh! 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 What the fuck? Okay. So the
How is it
classic,
working?
yeah, the classic just fucking pull the plug and put it back, put the plug back in seems to have worked here.
Whoa.
Because we're getting some marbles here loading in to the Raging Pin.
There we go.
Hey, that's me. That you know. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so to join the marble race, all you need to do is type dash
Wait,
play.
How do you move it?
You don't. You don't. You're just randomly seated in here, okay?
Wait, why am I not? Why did mine go away?
It just shows your name for a
it's
second.
still
You're in there.
there.
You're in there.
Yeah.
You're in there.
The-
You're in there.
The marbles
Oh,
are
okay,
still
okay.
there.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a look here at the player list, and get some more time for everyone else to hop in as well. By the way, in order for me to give you $10 of RP if you win, you must add me on League of Legends at Rogerino. So we have to be friends for I think like 2 days or something. So make sure that you do that, or else I cannot give you your potential winnings. Should I join and then like give myself the win? No, I'm just kidding.
When you want to buy RP but you need an excuse.
True. True. Oh, and you must follow. Yes, true, Kevin. You're right. Yeah, if you haven't done so already, please
Kevin, the
leave
Twitch
me a nice
streamer.
little follow.
A Twitch streamer.
True.
Show some love.
Show some love to your boy. Okay. Thank you, Gemini Lightning. Okay. And all right. We're gonna give 30 seconds here for any last marbles to come in. We're up to 19 so far, and then we're gonna start going down the Raging Pin. You're in, Charles. You're in. You're in. What are you talking
Charles,
about?
you've been in for a while.
Yeah, we can see you right here, buddy. Codal 5. Relax. Okay, so looks like that will be it for the contestants. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7. Ooh, Free Trader Beowulf coming in in the nick of time. Gonna mean that it's gonna be an even 20. Dropping down the Raging Pin. Here we go. Boom. Kevin gonna race out to an early lead. No, gonna be overtaken by Agent SA, and now it's gonna be E-Day as we drop down towards the first roll. Here we go. Jeff Pog player, the lead investor in the tournament so far. AP Sona just rolled off the map. I don't know what happened there.
Oh,
So did Ine as well, apparently. So many people just dying. So we have 3 deaths so far. Gonna be Freelancer216 joining as well. Gonna be the first real leader here. It's gonna be Cole Shin, fresh off of a win in the first quarterfinal. Neck and neck with Nova Glosha as well. Wow, oh my goodness, Calvin almost killed himself there. But it's gonna be just enough to hug the lip of the Okay, so Calvin still very much in the lead, but Nova Glosha now gonna take the inside track, rolling down the track. Here we go. Let's turn it around, see what's waiting them here. Oh my god, look at this Raging Pin. Gonna be able to skirt the Pogs here. Meanwhile, Calvin gonna be slowed down here. Here we go as we go through the fallopian tubes.
What?
They look like fallopian tubes, dude. Okay, now we're in this little bowl.
Oh, I'm dead.
Dude, come on now. Like, you can't tell me that didn't. Alright, anyways. Going down towards the Raging Pin, Nova Glosha is very much in the lead, but the Pin gonna try to do as much as it can to try to.
Easy game, Gloria.
Oh my goodness, look at the Raging Pin. Wait, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to like fall through here? Like, what is the goal of this? Because Nova Glosha is just.
Right?
Oh, you're trying to go in the mouth?
No.
I don't know.
I think you're gonna get pushed away.
Wait, I think I'm like stuck.
It means that
I look
Ochi
like
Puppy Chow here is going to be catching up here to Nova Glosha as now the pair of them just circle jerk in this bowl up against the Raging Pin, who has Oh my goodness, everybody is now. Oh! You're supposed to get launched by the Raging Pin, and launch it does, as Nova Glosha now going to finally be ejected from the bowl. Going to be first into the drain here and towards the finish line. Let's see if it's going to be enough. Yes, it is. So Nova Glosha, after a bit of a slip up here in mid-race, going to be the victor of this one. Looks like Pizza here going to come in second. Let's see who's going to round this out.
Where did I come from?
I don't know where you just, but as it stands, we still have now Jeff, who was able to be ejected by the Raging Pin, should round out the top 3, or will he? No, it's actually going to be, wait, how did Free Trader Beowulf get down here? I have no idea. Okay, so, it doesn't matter though, because only the first place marble gets the RP here. So again, congratulations to Nova Glosha.
Reward for being the best ADC.
Oh man. Nova Glosha, I don't know if I have you on League, but now would be a good time to add me so that I can get you that RP. But congratulations to you. I recognize you from season 1 as well, so definitely a long-time viewer.
No, Roger,
well.
right?
Wait, is that Gloria?
I think that's Gloria. Yeah,
That's me.
Gloria.
Oh wait, that's Gloria? Wait, holy shit!
We didn't know it was
No, I
Gloria.
didn't. I didn't know Nova Glosha was Gloria.
Yeah,
No, I
Nova
didn't. Wait,
Glosha's
what?
Gloria.
I just totally thought it
Wait,
was like some
you guys
random
are
like.
trolling.
No, I'm not.
100%.
Oh, I was like, why are you guys talking about Gloria? I don't see Yeezy Marble anywhere.
Oh my god.
I'm really in touch
Cancel the
with
streamer, dude.
I'm
What
really
the
in touch with my audience. Okay, I'm so sorry, Gloria. I will get you that RP.
Grateful.
Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say, I
did connect
feel
the
like I
dots.
have you added, Roger.
Okay, we don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one. Anyways, that was a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back here doing it again, same time tomorrow, or about the same time, at 1 p.m. PST tomorrow. So I should be awake somewhat for that one. But that will be our second quarterfinal. We'll see who joins Andyland, Pokecard, and Double Jungle Gap in the semifinals. It will be a clash between Chili's Angels and Team Strag, so don't miss that one. Thank you guys for tuning in to this stream. We'll have our quarterfinals tomorrow, and then we're going to get loaded into the semifinals as well as we march towards the Season 2 championship. Don't miss a second of it. GG. Thanks for Marble Racing, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, Twitch chat.
Bye, Twitch chat.